Hi, my name is Patty Austin. I'm a quality improvement specialist with Quality Insights. I'd like to welcome you today to Microlearn Episode 2, Turning Insights into Action in our series Back to Basics QAPI, Infection Control. Today we'll dive into Element 3, Feedback, Data Systems, and Monitoring. In this episode, we'll cover setting clear goals, using meaningful data, and applying tools like the 5 whys to find the root cause. You'll also watch 2 role-playing scenarios. One shows the misuse of the 5 whys, and the other demonstrates its effective application. Whether you're joining for the first time or building on Microlearn 1, there's plenty to learn and apply, so let's get started. Although today's episode can stand alone to focus your attention on feedback, data systems, and monitoring, the series itself speaks to all 5 of the essential elements of a strong QAPI plan. Improving quality begins with consistent and reliable processes, and that is the heart of Element 3. It emphasizes gathering feedback from staff, residents, and families, tracking care and outcomes using performance indicators, and investigating issues to create effective prevention plans. Think of it like planning a trip. You need to know where you are before you decide where you want to go. Feedback and data act as your map, while reliable processes ensure that everyone stays on track. An effective QAPI program thrives on using a wide range of data sources. The possibilities are nearly endless. Everything from tracking monthly respiratory infections to noticing patterns like bingo games being better attended after tomato soup is served for lunch can contribute to understanding the larger picture. Key areas to focus on include clinical data such as infections, pressure ulcers, falls, and high-risk medication use, as well as feedback from complaints, resident input, and caregiver satisfaction surveys. Monitoring outcomes like hospitalization, care plan compliance, and state surveys provide a different piece to the puzzle, and workforce data like staffing patterns or injuries are also essential for improving facility operations. However, collecting data is only the first step. To make it actionable, we must organize it to reveal trends, set specific goals, such as reducing respiratory infections, and regularly compare our performance against benchmarks. By doing so, we turn raw data into meaningful insights that inform solutions to drive lasting improvement. Monitoring QAPI involves gathering feedback and performance data and then using tools like the 5 whys to uncover root causes. The process begins with collecting information in a consistent and reproducible way. Next, you analyze the data and compare the results to internal or external benchmarks and identify patterns. Finally, you will need to communicate your findings through reports or dashboards. It's important to include everyone's voice at each step, ensuring that the entire team stays informed and empowered to improve care. New data is the start of your story, and your goal is the end of the story. But what happens in the middle is where the real work takes place. Tools like the 5 whys are crucial in this middle phase. They help to uncover root causes and guide your progress. In the next slide, we're going to watch a team struggle with the 5 whys. Pay close attention to how assumptions and distractions derail their journey, making it harder to reach their goal. In this role play, we'll observe a nursing home team trying to use the 5 whys tool to address an increase in residents needing assistance with ADLs and some worsening mobility scores. While their intentions are good, watch how the team struggles to stay focused and logical, leading to a less productive discussion. Here are the roles being played. We have Lucy Entire, the administrator. She's leading the discussion and trying to drive the 5 whys process. Ima On the Ball, the director of nursing, brings a clinical perspective to the problem. Joy Fullhart, the activities coordinator, is always ready to add her perspective. And Les Have a Snack, the dietitian, offers insights into how nutrition might be affecting the residents' health. Pay close attention to how the team approaches the process and where they veer off track. Hi, everyone. We have seen a sharp rise in residents needing help with ADLs and declining mobility scores. I think maybe we should use the 5 whys to figure out why this is happening.
Okay, I'll get us started. Why are residents struggling more with their ADLs?
Well, maybe they aren't eating enough. Nutrition does affect strength.
Well, why in the world aren't they eating enough?
They have been skipping bingo lately. It's their favorite activity, and maybe that's stressing them out.
Why are they skipping bingo?
Could it be the chairs in the bingo hall? They're not as comfy as the ones in the dining room.
Well, why don't we have more comfy chairs in the bingo hall?
Maybe the maintenance team prefers watching football instead of fixing things.
So you're telling me declining mobility and ADL issues are caused by the football season?
As we saw in the previous example, the 5 whys process was used incorrectly, and the root cause of worsening ADLs was mistakenly identified as football season. This highlights how easy it is to jump to conclusions or get distracted if we don't ask the right questions. To stay on track, it's essential to be specific and build each question from the previous answer. Stick to the facts and avoid assumptions. If the team does stray, gently redirect the conversation and document each step for clarity and consistency. Allowing the 5 whys tool to be done ineffectively over time can have a negative impact on the end goal of creating staff buy-in for what you want to become an expected part of your QAPI plan. As you begin to use this process, it's important to recognize that not all attempts are going to be successful. Acknowledging that with your team builds on the principle of creating a just culture as a strong leader. With practice, the 5 whys becomes a natural and powerful tool for problem solving. In the next example, we'll see how these principles help uncover the true root cause more effectively. In this next role play, we'll see the nursing home team apply the 5 whys more effectively to address the increase in residents needing assistance with ADLs and worsening mobility scores. This time, the team stays focused and logical, asking targeted why questions to uncover a root cause. Once they identify the issue, they take it a step further by transitioning into a Plan, Do, Study, Act, or PDSA cycle to create a solution. Watch how the team works together to not only understand the problem, but also develop a structured plan to address it. We have the return of Ima on the ball, or DON, and she's talking with Ivana Help You, the nurse, and Mo Core Strength, the physical therapist.
Hi, everyone. Our latest data shows significant increases in residents needing help with activities of daily living and worsening mobility over the past 6 months. Why do we think that is happening now?
Well, I compared the list of residents needing more help with the ADLs with the list of residents who have had COVID over the last 6 months, and a surprising number of residents are on both lists.
Well, that certainly could be our root cause. Why are residents who had COVID experiencing more issues, though?
COVID might have caused lasting effects that impact strength and mobility.
Why are these effects lingering for so long?
It could be related to long COVID.
Why haven't we considered this earlier?
Well, we weren't specifically monitoring physical changes post-COVID recovery. Once the resident no longer had COVID, they dropped off of the radar.
Why are we letting people drop off the radar like that?
We assumed that once a resident recovered and was COVID negative, that they were in the clear. We don't have any processes in place to monitor changes after COVID.
Why haven't we updated our protocols to include targeted interventions for post-COVID residents?
We didn't realize that there was a trend between COVID and functional declines until now, so we have not updated our protocols yet.
Why don't we try a PDSA? I think it could look like this. For plan, we could begin tracking ADL and mobility scores specifically for post-COVID residents. We should develop therapy and exercise routines targeting strength and mobility. For do, we implement the routines for newly recovered COVID residents. For study, we compare data on ADLs and mobility declines before and after the intervention. And for ACT, we refine the protocols based on outcomes and expand the program to all residents with functional declines.
Now that sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
In this role play, we saw the team use the 5 whys effectively to uncover that long COVID was contributing to worsening mobility and ADL needs. They then transitioned into a plan, do, study, act cycle to create a targeted solution. This example shows how focused questioning and collaboration can lead to clear, data-driven solutions that improve care. In this episode, we explored how feedback, data systems, and monitoring are essential to a strong QAPI program. We highlighted the importance of asking the right questions and how tools like the 5 whys can help uncover root causes. The 5 whys isn't just a problem-solving tool. It's a method for collecting and analyzing data in real time, helping your team to identify meaningful trends. With practice, it becomes second nature, guiding your process without relying on forms or templates. When combined with approaches like PDSA cycles, the insights gained can lead to sustainable improvements. Remember, it's not just about identifying problems, it's about taking action to create solutions. Thank you for joining Back to Basics QAPI, Infection Control, Microlearn Episode 2. Let's continue building a culture of continuous improvement to enhance the quality of care for our residents. You can revisit Microlearn Episode 1 anytime for a refresher on QAPI, and stay tuned for Microlearn Episodes 3 and 4, where we'll dive deeper into QAPI principles with our nursing home team. If you would like to explore these topics in greater detail, reach out to your quality improvement specialist. Together, let's strengthen our QAPI programs.